Welcome to the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast, where we bring you the grassroots tips, tricks, and stories in everything entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and personal development. I'm your host, Andres Holguin. Hello, my incredible listeners, and welcome to another episode of the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast. It's your host, Andres Holguin, and I am beyond excited to have you join me today. If you're tuning in for the first time, a warm welcome to you, and to our returning listeners, I'm thrilled to have you back as we dive into yet another episode designed to empower, educate, and elevate your entrepreneurial journey. Today's episode is particularly important to me. We're going to be navigating the transformative path from traditional employment to embracing the vibrant world of full-time freelancing. That's right, we're talking about making that bold leap to take control of your professional destiny, crafting a career that resonates deeply with your passion, your values, and your lifestyle. Now, I know the idea of stepping away from the security of a 9-to-5 job can feel daunting. Trust me, it's something that we've all been through. You know, the regular paycheck, the predictability, the comfort of knowing what to expect each day. Leaving all that behind can seem like stepping into the unknown. But here's the truth. Embarking on a freelance career offers a level of freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment that's so hard to find in traditional employment. Imagine choosing projects that ignite your passion, setting your schedule, and truly owning your successes. Now, it's not just a dream, it's a very achievable reality. Now, in today's episode, we're going to cover everything you need to know to make the transition as smooth and as risk-free as possible. And so I'm here to share actionable steps that you can start implementing today, mindset shifts that will prepare you for the freelancing world, and foundational strategies that will set you up for long-term success. So whether you're contemplating freelancing on the side or you're ready to dive in full-time, this episode is your roadmap. We'll discuss the importance of starting as a side hustle, why easing into freelancing can be a game changer for your career. We'll also talk about the financial planning that needs to happen behind the scenes. And yes, we're going to get real about money because, let's face it, financial stability is key to your peace of mind during this transition. I'll also share insights on how to keep your costs low, the significance of building a solid network even before you leave your day job, and how you can potentially turn your current employer into your first freelance client. But here's the thing, transitioning to full-time freelancing is more than just a career move. It's a lifestyle change. It's about aligning your work with your deepest desires, values, and the life that you want to live. It's about taking control and saying, I am capable of building something incredible on my terms. And guess what? You absolutely are. So grab a cup of your favorite coffee, get cozy, and let's dive into this journey together. By the end of this episode, I promise you'll feel more prepared, motivated, and yes, even excited about the possibilities that freelancing has to offer. Are you ready to take the first step towards a future where you call the shots? Let's get started. So today we're diving deep into a topic that I know is close to so many of us. The dream versus the reality of making the leap into full-time freelancing. It's a journey that's both exhilarating and, let's be honest, a bit intimidating. But hey, the best things in life often are, right? Now let's start with the dream. Freelancing. It's a word that conjures up images of working from exotic beach locations, choosing the projects that light up your soul, and setting your own hours. No more alarm clocks blaring before dawn, unless you're a morning person, of course. No more squeezing into crowded public transport, and no more daydreaming about what life could be like if you weren't stuck in that cubicle. This is the allure of freelancing: freedom, flexibility, and the pursuit of passion on your own terms. But as with all dreams, it's important to ground them in reality. And that's exactly what we're about to do. Let's peel back the curtain on what it really takes to make this dream your day-to-day life. Now, it's not all laptop on the beach glamour. Sand in your keyboard is a real thing, folks. Real successful freelancing requires a hefty dose of self-discipline. When you're your own boss, you're also your own HR, your own IT department, and yes, your own personal cheerleader. Staying motivated, especially in the early days when you're still finding your footing, can be a challenge. Then there's the not so small matter of client acquisition. Gone are the days when work assignments magically appear on your desk. As a freelancer, you'll need to get comfortable with marketing yourself, pitching your services, and yes, facing rejection. It's all part of the process of building a client base that not only pays the bills, but also, ideally, lights up your passion. And let's not forget financial planning. The transition from a regular paycheck to the ebb and flow of freelance income can be one of the biggest adjustments. It requires a whole new approach to managing your money, from setting aside a rainy day fund to planning for taxes. April 15th comes around quicker than you think. So yes, the freelance dream is alive and well. And it's absolutely achievable, but it comes with its own set of challenges and realities that you need to be prepared for. And the good news? You're not alone on this journey. This episode is all about equipping you with the actionable steps, mindset shifts, and foundational strategies you need to confidently navigate the transition to freelancing. Remember, every big change starts with a single step. And by the end of this episode, you will be ready to take that step with confidence and clarity. Let's dive in, shall we? So we're diving into a crucial phase of your freelancing journey, getting started, the side hustle strategy. This is where your dream starts to take form, where your plans begin to unfold, and honestly, where the real fun begins. So buckle up, because we're about to lay down some foundational steps that will set you up for success. So let's kick things off by talking about why starting your freelancing career as a side hustle is not just smart, it's essential. So picture this. You're on a boat, your current job, and you see a beautiful island in the distance, which is full-time freelancing. Now, you wouldn't just jump into the water without knowing how deep it is, or without having a life vest or a paddleboard, right? Starting a side hustle gives you that life vest and paddleboard. It allows you to test the waters, learn how to navigate your boat, and make sure that you can reach that island without risking it all. It's about mitigating risks while still being anchored to the security of your full-time job. You learn the ropes, understand what works, and more importantly, what doesn't, all while having a safety net. Now, on to the meat and potatoes, realistic planning. I can't stress enough how important it is to set achievable goals. You know, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, and your freelance empire won't be either. So start by setting small, measurable goals, whether it's securing your first client or completing a project you're proud of. Whatever it is, write it down. And then plan out your week. Remember, you've got, limited hours to work on your side hustle, so time management is key. I want you to use tools, apps, or good old pen and paper to schedule your tasks, ensuring that you prioritize what gets you closer to your goals. It's about working smarter, not harder. And yes, there will be sacrifices, perhaps fewer Netflix binges or social outings, but remember, these are short-term sacrifices for long-term gains. Building your portfolio is the next crucial step. This is your showcase, your proof of what you can do. So start by leveraging your existing skills. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? Use these skills as your starting point. And then look at market demands. What services are businesses looking for? Is there a niche that you can fill? Use platforms like LinkedIn, Upwork, or even local business forums to gauge what clients are seeking. And then start building. Whether it's writing samples, design projects, or coding tasks, make sure your portfolio represents the best of what you can offer. Remember, quality over quantity. A few standout pieces can speak volumes. Now, embarking on your freelance journey through a side hustle strategy is like planting a seed. With the right care, that's realistic time management, planning, and a killer portfolio, you are setting yourself up for a bountiful harvest. The path ahead is filled with learning, growth, and yes, challenges, but believe me, when you look back, you'll see that every step was worth it. You're on your way to building a career that's not just about making a living, but about making a life that you love. And that, my friends, is the ultimate goal. So take these tips, apply them, and start laying the groundwork for your freelancing journey. The world is waiting to see what you have to offer. Now, let's talk about something that might not sound glamorous, but it's absolutely crucial for your success: financial foundations, the safety net. So let's get real for a moment. One of the biggest fears that hold many aspiring freelancers back is the uncertainty around money. The stability of a regular paycheck is comforting, but I'm here to tell you that with the right planning, freelancing can offer you not just stability, but by financial freedom. So how do we get there? Let's break it down. First up, the cornerstone of your financial foundation as a freelancer: setting aside a reserve fund. Think of this as your financial safety net, designed to catch you if you hit a slow period or face some unexpected expenses. Ideally, you want to save enough to cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses. This fund gives you the peace of mind to focus on building your freelance business without the constant worry of financial ruin if things get tight. So start small, save consistently, and watch your safety net grow. Now let's talk about the reality of fluctuating income. So some months are going to be feast, and some will be famine. It's the nature of the freelance beast. The key here is budgeting. So start by understanding your essential monthly expenses like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, and so on. Then set a goal to consistently earn above that baseline. So here's where it gets proactive: tracking expenses and saving for taxes. As a freelancer, you're also your own bookkeeper. So keep meticulous records of all business-related expenses, as many can be tax deductible. This includes a portion of your home if you use it as an office, software subscriptions, and even travel costs for client meetings. And when it comes to taxes, a general rule of thumb, of course, you want to go get some advice from a certified professional, but a general rule of thumb is to set aside 25 to 30% of your income. So open a separate savings account specifically for taxes so you're not caught off guard when tax season rolls around. Lastly, let's not forget about the future. Investment strategies for long-term security are vital. So once you've established your safety net and you're managing your finances smoothly, start thinking about investing. Whether it's a retirement account, stocks, bonds, or real estate, find what works best for you. If you're not sure where to start, consider consulting with a financial advisor. Investing wisely can turn the income you earn today into financial security for tomorrow. In wrapping up, remember that building a solid financial foundation takes time, discipline, and a bit of courage. But the freedom and security it brings to your freelancing journey are priceless. You're creating not just a business, but a lifestyle that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. Now, let's talk about a monumental moment in your journey toward freedom and fulfillment: planning your leap into full-time freelancing. It's a big step, but with careful planning and a dash of courage, it's not just a leap of faith, it's a leap into a future you've designed. So let's dive into how you can prepare for this transformative phase of your life. So first things first, setting a timeline. This isn't about picking a random date out of a hat. It's about creating a clear, strategic exit plan from your 9-to-5 job. So start by assessing where you stand now with your side hustle. How much income is it generating? Is it steady? Can you foresee it sustaining your lifestyle? A good rule of thumb is to have your side hustle income match at least 50 to 70% of your current salary before considering the leap. Now, this might mean setting a timeline that's 6 months, a year, or even 2 years out. The key is to set a timeline that's realistic and gives you enough runway to build your business without unnecessary stress. Now, let's talk about the backbone of your leap: a detailed plan. This is where you get crystal clear on the services you'll offer, how much you'll charge, and how you'll position your brand in the marketplace. So start by identifying your niche based on your skills, passions, and market demand. And once you know your niche, define your services clearly. So what can you offer that adds value to your clients? How can you package your services in a way that stands out? Setting your rates is next, and it's crucial. So research what others in your field are charging, but also consider your own experience and the unique value that you bring. Don't undervalue your services. That's what I tell my students, my clients, that all the time. Remember, you're not just selling your time, you're selling your expertise, your unique perspective, and your dedication to solving your clients' problems. Establishing your brand is about more than a catchy name and a pretty logo. It's about the promise you make to your clients. What can they expect when they work with you? How do you want them to feel? Your brand should reflect your values, attract your ideal clients, and set you apart from the competition. So take the time to build a strong brand foundation because it will pay dividends in the long run. And then finally, setting a deadline for making the jump. This is perhaps the most exhilarating part. You've got your timeline, your detailed plan, and now it's about committing to a date. So how do you know when you're ready? It's when your plan has been tested, your finances are in order, and most importantly, when you feel that staying in your 9 to 5 is costing you more than just time, it's costing you progress towards your dreams. So mark that date on your calendar, share it with a friend or mentor for accountability, and start preparing for the transition. This is your moment, your commitment to yourself and your future. Now remember, the journey to full-time freelancing is unique for everyone. There might be bumps along the way, but with a solid plan in place, you're not just jumping blindly, you're taking a calculated step towards a life that offers more freedom, fulfillment, and the chance to do what truly matters to you. Now, as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with some heartfelt encouragement and a gentle nudge towards taking that first, oh so important step. Embarking on the path to freelancing is much more than career change. It's a profound journey of personal and professional growth. It's about discovering what you're truly capable of, pushing beyond your comfort zones, and crafting a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. It's about taking control of your time, your projects, and ultimately, your destiny. Now, I know that taking that first step can feel daunting. You might be wrestling with doubts, fears, and what ifs, but remember, every successful freelancer you admire, every role model who now enjoys the freedom and fulfillment of a life they've designed, started exactly where you are. They took that first step, faced their fears, and kept moving forward one step at a time. So here's my challenge to you. Take one small action today toward your freelancing dream. It could be as simple as jotting down what your ideal freelancing day looks like, signing up for a course to sharpen your skills, or even reaching out to a freelancer you admire for some advice. Whatever it is, make it a step that feels meaningful to you. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Your freelancing journey is no different. It's a series of steps, some small, some big, but all leading you toward a life of greater freedom, fulfillment, and joy. And with each step, you'll grow stronger, more skilled, and more confident in your abilities. So take that first step. Embrace the journey ahead with an open heart and a determined spirit, and know that I'm here cheering you on every step of the way. You've got this. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of the Bootstrap Mogul Podcast. I can't wait to hear about your journey and celebrate your successes with you. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep planning, and keep taking those bold steps towards your future.